Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a very long time between YouTube and between weird schedules still causing some issues here on the rundown. We have not been around for a while, but I am Travis Colt, and I'm going to be talking to you about our first go-home show. We are just 5 days away from Wrestlemania. I just finished watching Monday Night Raw. We're going to do things a little bit different. There's probably going to be a change up here on the rundown, so we're going to kind of combine, I'm going to combine predictions and a review, and it's more so going to be a review of kind of the build to WrestleMania, considering this is the last time they have a chance to build these matches. We're going to do the same thing with SmackDown, same thing with NXT. So we open up the show with Stephanie talking about how, I'll skip that. I'll talk about that in the section that it goes with. So we actually had Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman doing their usual thing, talking about how Seth doesn't have a chance. Seth came out, attacked Brock, put him down. Here's the thing. Building this match, I think Seth has done a decent job. I cannot get excited for a Brock Lesnar match, and I think the fact that Seth was kind of like on top of things just makes me even more scared about what's going to happen on Sunday, because usually whoever kind of wins the final thing before the show loses at the show. So, but regardless, I'm still going for Seth Rollins because I can't vote for Brock Lesnar. Yeah, the build to this, it's tough because Brock hasn't been around. Seth's kind of done his own thing, mostly building it with Paul Heyman, and I guess it kind of works, but I don't know. I can't get into a Brock Lesnar match, no matter how good Seth Rollins does. I think he's been so focused with the Shield, and now, all that's been kind of like taking the spotlight of building this match because Brock Lesnar is not there to do anything. So then we're talking about the women's tag team titles. They're going to be defended in a four corners tag team match. Boss and Hug Connection are defending against the Divas of Doom, the Iconics, and the Samoan Slaughterhouse. This has been a great build because I'll say this has been a decent build because you had Sasha and Bayley winning the tag titles, becoming the first ever tag team champions. You obviously had teams like the Iconics and Samoan Slaughterhouse who were in that elimination chamber who still wanted a shot. You had the Samoan Slaughterhouse coming after them, which was great. Alluding to that those teams were going to go against each other. And then because Sasha and Bayley said they were going to take the titles to all the different brands, but never showed up on SmackDown, you had the Iconics talking trash over there, and so that was a really good way to bring them in. Plus, allowing them to get the cheap win over the champs a couple of weeks ago. A good way to bring the Iconics in, and hopefully this starts to really build some credibility for the Iconics. And then, obviously, it's really awesome that Beth Phoenix is coming out of retirement and teaming up with Natty, being the Divas of Doom again. I'm very interested to see how this match goes. We had Beth Phoenix on Raw tonight, actually picking up the win for her, Natalya, and the Boss and Hug Connection over the team of the Iconics and Samoan Slaughterhouse. Beth taking out Tamina through the barricade. It really shows that you have the Boss and Hug Connection and the Iconics and the Samoan Slaughterhouse that are ready to fight, but it really shows that Beth hasn't lost a step. Her and Natty are an absolute unit once again. It'll be fun to see them go against each other, but I think just for the fact that it's only been a month or two at this point, I'm going to say Boss and Hug Connection are going to retain the tag team titles. We have Batista come out and say short and sweet, Hunter kiss my ass. There was a whole video package. Here's the thing, with the addition of this being if Triple H loses, his in-ring career is over, and the whole thing is, Batista talks about the only thing that Triple H has never done in his career is beat Batista. that really makes me think that Triple H is going to win. I'm voting Triple H because Triple H beats everybody, and that's not a bad thing sometimes. But I don't see Batista coming in for a one-off just to retire Triple H. Because I don't see, with Batista having the Marvel movie, the Guardians of the Galaxy and all the other things that he's doing, he's not going to come back. I mean, I guess he could do a Brock Lesnar thing where it's just like, hey, I broke the streak and now I'm going to go do other things and maybe I'll come back and maybe I'll mention it. But I feel like if anybody, I think maybe this can set up somebody younger to come in next year and retire Triple H at WrestleMania 36. Don't know if that's going to happen. But yeah, I don't see Triple H losing this one. No holds barred, going against Batista. Batista coming in for a one-off. This is going to be his last match. Triple H, being as connected to the business as he is, he's going to have at least a couple more matches before he officially retires. So I'm going Triple H. We had Braun defeat a couple of jobbers, and then we had Apollo Crews defeat Jinder Mahal. This is all building for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I've got it narrowed down to Crews versus Braun, and here's the thing: is I'm not going to say which one I think is going to win currently. I'm actually going to wait for SmackDown tomorrow to see if they build it a little bit more, and Robbie K will probably be here to put in his 2 cents, so he might sway me, but I've got it narrowed down to Crews or Braun. It just makes the most sense, but we'll have to wait and see what happens tomorrow on SmackDown if they decide to build it anymore. Then we had Kurt Angle, his last appearance on Monday Night Raw, which is interesting because originally this was supposed to be him versus Rey Mysterio, because his last match on SmackDown was last week against AJ, and then tonight was supposed to be his last match on Raw against Rey Mysterio. And they kind of flip-flopped that around. It was just Angle saying goodbye, and then Baron Corbin coming out and being an asshole, and then Rey Mysterio actually coming out, and I was like, oh man, is Rey... Because Kurt challenged Corbin to an exhibition match, and Corbin's like, no, I'm not going to do that. You're going to wait till WrestleMania to face me, blah, blah, blah. And then Mysterio's like, well, hey, if you don't want to face Kurt, you can face me. And so they ended up being the main event. Corbin actually picking up the win over Mysterio. But then Angle comes out behind Baron Corbin, trips him up, puts him in the ankle lock, and makes him tap out. I'm not excited that Corbin is the guy to face Kurt Angle. I think there's a chance that he might end up getting taken out just because they're... the big rumor going into this was it was going to be John Cena. We haven't seen anything for John Cena, and I think John Cena showing up, taking out Baron Corbin, would probably get a lot of really, really good crowd support on his side, and then we could probably have a really good match between Cena and Angle. But I think regardless, Kurt Angle is going to go out on top. So I'm picking Angle to win that match regardless of how it happens. We had Drew attack Roman Reigns. They're officially going one-on-one. Roman was talking about, getting revenge on Drew. The build to this has been very quick just because Roman came back, did the thing with the Shield, and then it was like, oh, right after Fastlane, gotta build something. I'm excited to see him versus McIntyre. I wish that it was I wish they were putting more than just this. Don't get me wrong. The last time we did a review, I liked the story they were telling with Roman. Roman trying to be... Roman's not trying to look weak. He's trying to look strong for... the people that are going through the same thing he did. He's trying to be that role model. He came back from leukemia, put it into remission for the second time in his life, and he's trying to look strong again on TV. But McIntyre specifically is making that very difficult for him. And this again was another situation where Roman was just blindsided and Drew was just yelling at him the whole time. And so it really needs to be. I would prefer that they went to a no contest because I think this is something that could build even more, keeping them both look strong. But I'm going to say Roman Reigns is going to pick up the win. I don't see him losing at WrestleMania, and I think with the fact that Drew has continuously put him down, this is going to be Roman's return to power. Roman's going to continue past this and be ready to go into the rest of 2019, and obviously setting up for potentially him and Seth. Drew might come back and end up being a challenger for Seth as well. Hopefully, if they don't fucking keep the title on Lesnar, because that would be garbage. Then we had Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda defeat the Riot Squad in a 6-woman tag match. A big fucking over-the-top brawl. Here's the thing. The build to this match has been great until the last month or so, because then it's just been, how do we... It's just been such a clusterfuck, and now Stephanie making it a winner-take-all. Does this mean they're unifying the women's titles? I feel bad for Asuka if it's a winner-take-all. Like, I get they're not doing the automatic rematches anymore, but like I feel like Asuka should have gotten a rematch, especially because she didn't know that she was going to defend the women's title last Tuesday against Charlotte. So I'm on the fence about how this is built. Like, the thing between Ronda and Becky has been fantastic, and I thought there were a little bits here and there where Charlotte really like added to the situation, but it would have been better if she got taken out. Maybe if she had to defend the SmackDown Women's Championship and then had to go into the triple threat, so maybe that match took her out. Maybe we finally get Ronda versus Becky. Apparently we're not getting that. We're just getting all three of them going for both titles. But regardless, Becky's walking away, double champion, should be the first ever. She's the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion. Should be the first person to hold both women's titles simultaneously. Please don't let it be Charlotte, because that will... Oh boy. There will be so much backlash. So yeah, my thought is Becky takes it... Because if Ronda is done, which is what I'm assuming, Becky takes both the titles... Then we start to build up for whatever the next pay-per-view is. I'm not totally sure. It might be Backlash. But regardless, whatever it is, we start building up to another, like, a final one-on-one for the time being between Charlotte and Becky for the brand new WWE Women's Championship. Potentially. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And then last but not least, I hate the fact that Lashley is the Intercontinental Champion again. I think that was the last review that we did, was when he took it back from Finn. Now Finn is pretty much guaranteed to win because he revealed that he will be the Demon. Lashley met the Demon. The Demon thing was kind of... they've done better. They've also done worse. But, as far as that goes, I mean, Finn's got to win. If they're going to put Lashley over the Demon, I don't know how that's going to go. But yeah, those are my picks for the official, like, Raw matches. Things might change tomorrow on SmackDown. They might add matches tomorrow on SmackDown. There's already 14 matches happening, which is ridiculous. There was a rumored 17 matches, which, considering neither of the tag team titles are on the line currently, I'm personally hoping for Revival versus the Usos, do champions versus champions. I think that would be great. It'd be a great way to open WrestleMania. It'd be a really awesome match to start it with. But yeah, we don't know. I guess Asuka's going to be in the Women's Battle Royal, so I might make a decision on that tomorrow. So yeah, it's been an interesting month for wrestling. It's been an interesting month for the Wrestling Rundown. Like I said, things will be kind of changing. Current schedules are not going to allow our regular setup. So look forward to tomorrow when Robbie K returns. Hopefully, he's not feeling too well right now. Where we will go over SmackDown, we will go over 205 Live, and we will talk about our predictions for the Cruiserweight Championship match, as well as all of the SmackDown matches as well. And we will also get Robbie K getting his weigh in on these Raw matches as well. So, for now, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to click all the links down below. Follow us on various social medias. Check out our Reasonable Wrestling fans. Check out Robbie K's Instagram. He's been reffing for a brand new company, so check that out. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.